Kevin, as far as Devon and Owen go, what was your role in, I guess, the process of them deciding, and just what kind of opportunity can this, be for them?
Yeah, I think it's obviously very exciting for them individually, and I said this to you guys before. Anytime you're able to put your country's jersey on and represent in that way is very meaningful at any level. From all the way back when you're 16 years old through U18s, World Juniors, and certainly on a World Championship, and then in an Olympic stage. It's, I think, just an incredible honor. So we're really excited for them. We're proud of them and excited for the opportunity they have. From my standpoint, in the beginning, it was just to communicate with them or their team staffs and advisors, whoever else was kind of involved, and just say that we were supportive. Whatever they felt they were comfortable with, we wanted to support. I look at this as an opportunity on a development path of just another experience, another stage, another learning type experience. And I look at it as a tremendous honor and a lot of positives.
Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, John Worrell here. I know everybody's focused on Levi and Owen, but what do you make of the fact that, Eric Stahl is a member of this team, a former teammate of yours, and what he might lend to that group, given his experience and just what does he give, what can he present to that team, do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, John. And I actually thought that immediately when I saw the roster. It's an interesting mix of players, veterans and guys that are in their 30s that have been around the league and have a lot of experience mixed in with the young guys that obviously you guys saw, not just ours, but other players. But for me, and you guys know the relationship I have with Eric Stahl and what he's done in his hockey career is incredible, but who he is as a person, the leader he is. I am so excited for Devon and Owen to spend that time just being around him. I know there's other good people there in that locker room as well, but just, the day in and day out, picking someone like that's brain that's played that long and won Stanley Cups and Olympics and other things that he's done, and just how he prepares for games. And I said this last year, I think just Dylan Cousins sitting next to Eric in the locker room is something that he'll carry with him the rest of his career. And I'm really excited for our two guys to have that.
Thanks.
Kevin, if when Owen decided that he was going to stay in school for one more year, has this worked out even better than you thought it could when he first decided to make that decision, with the way he's played, with the opportunities that he's gotten?
Yeah, Paul, it says a lot about Owen, who he is as a person and the maturity he has. I use the word, he's very self-aware. Owen's extremely self-aware of his game, what he does well, what he wants to work on. Whenever I go watch him play and I talk to him after game, he immediately gives a breakdown of his games. I liked what I did here. I think I need to do better there. It's impressive at a young age to see that. And I think part of his mindset of going back for this year was to grow, and he's attacked the season. This player, to me, sums up the type of people we want on the Buffalo Sabres and in our locker room, people that get up every day and want to be better. And you see the growth that he's taken this year. Certainly going back and being part of a great college hockey team and getting the experience of what it's like to play in front of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people and the band's going. I think he wanted that, but it was bigger than that. The World Juniors obviously started, he did exceptionally well. It got cut short, unfortunately. And then I think this is a bonus, getting an opportunity like this, which still provides him a great experience. And then the ability to come back and, hopefully meet back up with his teammates there in Ann Arbor and go on a run towards the end of the season.
What about Devon? I mean, you knew you were getting a good goalie. You wouldn't have traded for him. But has he even been better than you kind of imagined he could be at Northeastern?
Well, this is where, it's really important in my role to have extremely talented people around me and smart and hardworking. I give Seamus Kodak a lot of credit from our development and scouting staff on the goaltender side. There was a lot of people that were on me when we were going through those negotiations to stay on this kid, to stay on Devon. Obviously, I had watched him play, and I did, watch him through World Juniors. But we felt that it got obviously intense at times in the negotiations with, that deal. But we did not want to compromise, because we did really believe that this player could be something special. And, what he's done this year in college is pretty remarkable. His approach to the game, his habits day in and day out, just his whole story as you guys get to know him. He's journaled since he's been a young kid, like what he needs, what he's doing, what he's feeling in games, what he needs to do better. It's not surprising for us, I guess, to see how rapidly he's improving. But I just think this is, again, a young player put in an opportunity on the world stage to have a great experience.
And Kevin, through your own research and perhaps talking to other GMs, are you satisfied that the protocols will be all right for these guys once they're out there?
Yeah, it's wasn't there's certainly something we talked a lot about right in the beginning. There hasn't been a lot of information that's come out about it, to be honest with you. There's been a lot of questions asked without a ton of answers, but I know they're going to be testing a lot. And my biggest message to the players and everybody that I was talking to around this was make sure that you're comfortable, make sure you're the one getting on an airplane and flying across the world. You have to be comfortable with exactly what the protocols are. And we certainly are. So, this is, everybody's been dealing with this for, unfortunately a long time now. I think the players have become used to the testing and kind of just what the day in and day out looks like. But let's certainly hope this goes off, for many reasons seamlessly, and these guys can go have a great experience and then, get back in time to pick back up where they left off here in college.
And one other thing regarding the NHL announcement today on the Heritage Classic, I'm assuming that hour back was just a sun study potentially. And my second question would be, can we assume that means that even with the capacity situation in Ontario, this game is going to be a go?
That is the plan, Mike. I think the time change didn't have anything to do with anything other than what you said and just, where it made the most sense to put the game. I spoke as recently as last week to Bill Daly, just checking in on it. They're obviously monitoring the situation, but as of now, the plan is, full steam ahead here. And I know our players are excited, and we hope that it can be a go. And I think as of now, it looks like it's going to be. As we know, we never know where the world's going to be, a day or a week or a month from now, but all signs indicate that we'll be playing. And, and regardless of if you've played in a game like that or not, it's special. Players enjoy that. And I think our guys are certainly hoping it happens.
Hey, Kevin, in regards to Owen, have you given any thought of where he might be in April once his season's over in your discussions with his advisors, and the possibility of him actually having the chance to play at college, the World Juniors, the Olympics, and the NHL?
Yeah, it's interesting when you lay it out like that. I have, I've spoke to his advisor, who I know, extremely well. I've gotten to know over the last year, and Paperson, and we've open communication. We're on the same page. He is Owen, in terms of what we've seen when we drafted him, is everything that we were hoping as we moved into this year. A player that can be big minutes at the highest level, play in all situations, and has the mindset of growth mindset of how do I get better? I want to be a dominant player. He doesn't just want to come in and play. And I think that's part of the process he's gone through of why he wanted to go back to school is I think I can do more. I can get better and I can be more ready. So he's taken those steps. But yeah, we've had those conversations and we're getting excited for sure.
So there is an expectation that if all goes well, that he could be in the Sabres uniform.
Yeah, I mean, for us, I don't want to get ahead of it because I think it's important for him to stay present and stay in the moment of what he's doing and what he's focused on. And I don't want in any way to be a distraction from that. But, he ultimately knows where he wants to be. We ultimately know where we want him to be. And we've had those conversations just, to prepare. And so we'll let this play out. And, but yeah, so for me, it's exciting, but I just want to let him focus on today and, over these next few weeks, let him do his thing.
I get that. And just one question about Levi and how you talked about him playing on the world stage. He's already done so and been successful. What is it about him that you think gives him the potential to not only, play at the Olympics, but succeed at the Olympics, that stage isn't too big for him?
Well, he's from the moment I called him after we made the trade, he had just a calmness and maturity about him that came across immediately. And I had heard all of the stuff before. You do your due diligence, but that was impressive to me. And I've been on a lot of those calls, or on the other side of those calls. Sometimes your head's spinning, and he just had this calmness and maturity that, okay, this is great. I'm excited. So I think he has and it shows in his play, really good ability to lock in on the moment and just stay focused in what he's doing. And that's where, as a young player, you don't always see that. There can be distractions, and it's hard to just say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm playing a hockey game today, whether it's at Northeastern or the Olympics or, the Buffalo Sabres. He has that ability to lock in. And where he's been impressive from our player development staff is just his attention to detail, his preparation. And he believes in himself. He's not a big guy in stature, so he's had to work in for everything that he's earned. And I think that gives players a confidence too. When you've done the work and you're earning everything, there's a sense of like, I belong and I deserve this opportunity because of the work I've done. And that's the presence that he gives off, into our scouts and to myself when I've talked to him.
Great stuff. Thanks, Kevin.
Yep.
That's it. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate your time.
Okay, you guys.